welcome to singingtv.com. I'm your host Sarah Lieb, and welcome. We are making singing simple. Whew, sorry, I am a little out of it today. I have been going all day. You can see I'm at home here. Didn't have time to pump out the content earlier, pumping it out at home. I really want to get in bed, but gotta pump out the content for you guys. So today, I think yesterday or a couple days ago, I got an email comment with a really good idea. It was a really good question. It was from Kellar, and it says, "Hi Sarah, I love your site and your tips." Thank you. I'm incorporating them into my daily regimen. I was wondering on these warm-ups if I should start in chest voice and switch to head when it gets higher. If so, at what point should I flip? Thank you so much for your help. Okay, this is a great question, Kellar. I'm glad to answer it. So I actually don't know if you're a man or a woman, a boy or a girl, I have no idea, but I'll explain for both. So the one that Kellar's talking about is basically, the short answer is yes, you'll start in your chest voice and then you'll switch to your head voice. What that means is you'll start in the lower part of your range and you'll switch to your higher range. We'll do another episode pretty soon actually about the difference between ranges, what that means. But basically, if you looked at our episode on breath control, voice in the range, I think it was that episode we talked about what that means. So you'll notice that whether you're a man or a woman, you'll be singing lower, and all of a sudden at a certain point in your range, you'll get this funny sort of break, or this yodel sound. It'll go, right? That kind of thing. And what that is in Italian, the word for it is Passagio. That's basically the passageway between one part of your register and another part of your register, so the higher part and the lower part and the higher part. We all speak in the lower part of our registers, what we call the chest voice. So we're talking here all the time, and especially if you're a beginning singer, a beginning music student, you may be singing in the higher part. It may sound not quite as strong, not as much there as you want it to, and so we have a tendency to really go for these notes and strain our voices in the higher part of our chest voice. So Kellar, what I want you to do is, yes, you'll start in your chest voice and then you'll move to your head voice, or you'll start in your lower part of your register and you'll move to the upper part of your register. Yes. And where that break is, now it's different for everyone, but in general, for women, that break is going to be at about here, about G, A flat, A. That's really, if you're talking G, it's going to be G4. If you're talking A, it's going to be A5. And if we're looking at the piano, that's just the place that it is on the piano, the G or the A-ish, maybe B flat B, depending on your voice, right above middle C. So that's for women. That's about where your break is going to be. And for men, your break is going to be a little bit lower than that, but in that same register of the piano. If you're looking at it, I think you can see the keyboard. I'm not sure, because I set it up by myself. There's nobody running it, so I can't go and check. But for men, it's going to be around E flat, E, F, in that same part of the keyboard. So, E flat, F, E, 4, right there above that middle C again. So what I want to have happen is when you're singing here, especially at the beginning, what I want you to do is not, when you go up in your chest voice, I don't want you to be reaching or stretching. Like, I can sing that fine, but what if I get here? I can sing that in my chest voice, but it's not particularly comfortable, and I never, ever, ever, ever want to sing in a part of my range where it's not comfortable to sing that way, because that is when you end up with some physical vocal problems. So I would switch to my head voice, and for a beginning singer it'll sound more like this. Here we go. It'll be like that, and on top it may not sound quite as strong at first. That is okay. I know you're thinking, but it's not okay. I want it to get better and I want it to sound smooth all the way around my range. Absolutely. But the only way that it can get better is if you sing in that part of your range. So because we're not talking most of the day in that part of our range, because most of the time what our voices are doing are not in our upper registers, we need to be able to sing more and more and more and more there. And I'll come back with exercises that will help us make that part of our range even stronger. But the first thing, especially for you beginning singers or singers who maybe haven't taken a lot of lessons, the important thing is just to actually sing in that part of your range. Keller, I think that answered your question. If you got more, please, as you know, comment down below on the blog. You can leave an email for me. You know how to do that too, right up there. All the information is here on singingtv.com. Thanks so much. You and I, we're making singing simple.